Hi, it's Narelle Cook from Canine Ceuticals. And do you have an anxious or a reactive dog? We get a lot of emails from pet owners every week asking for help in how to manage their dog's behaviour. So that might be for generalised nervousness, reactivity to other dogs, reactivity to other random things in their environment. It could be separation anxiety, or even just the inability to, really settle well at night. So this week, what I thought I'd do is discuss the difference between our Relax and our Stress Ease products, and then just highlighting which one might be the better fit for your dog. Because at the end of the day, both are designed to achieve the same end goal. So, reduce anxiety, reduce stress, calmer behavior, but they do work in slightly different ways in the body. So I thought, let's talk through how they differ and when you might use one over the other, or when you might need both. So starting with Relax. Relax, it's a blend of natural plant-based terpenes. They're compounds that are naturally found in plants, and they're what's giving plants that really aromatic fragrance. They work with your dog's endocannabinoid system. So that's the same system that CBD is working on, but the terpenes, they're interacting with the endocannabinoid system in a slightly different way. And if you're not familiar with the term endocannabinoid system, super briefly, it's this really complex network of cell receptors, throughout the body, including the brain and the central nervous system. And it plays a really fundamental role in multiple different health conditions. So things like it can help to regulate mood, stress, appetite. It's important for sleep, and it plays an important role in pain management. I do have to highlight though, the Relax, it does not contain any CBD or THC, because we've been asked that a few times, but the specific plant terpenes in the Relax, they are known to have similar, calming, mood stabilizing and anti-anxiety effects like CBD. So when would I recommend Relax? Relax, it's ideal for dogs who are just a little edgy, a little restless, they have general anxiety, or, just emotionally reactive or struggle to settle at night. It's especially great as a daily wellness supplement, just to help keep your dog balanced and just emotionally resilient over time. I have to say, the Relax can take several weeks to notice the full benefits. So you wouldn't start your dog on it the day of fireworks, or if there's going to be a thunderstorm tonight, for example. So that's Relax in a nutshell. So if we move on to the Stress Ease, it's a herbal-based formula. So it contains withania, which is also known as ashwagandha. It's got bacopa, skullcap, passionflower, rhodiola, Californian poppy, all herbs traditionally used for nervous system support, among lots of other health benefits that they each have. So these herbs, they don't just help your dog to feel calmer, they're also helping to regulate that stress response, which helps to reduce nervous tension, support better sleep, and even settle the gut when it's affected by stress, which is always a good thing. So Stress Ease, it's a great choice for dogs who are experiencing higher levels of stress or more acute anxiety. So, do think fireworks, separation anxiety, travel, or just any, big changes in their environment. It's also great for dogs who are easily overstimulated, those hyperactive dogs, or those that struggle just to settle day or night. So how do you choose? The simplest way to look at it is Relax. It's working through the endocannabinoid system and is ideal and gets the best results with daily use for dogs with, mild to moderate stress, just to promote emotional balance and to enhance sleep quality. Stress Ease, on the other hand, is working more directly on the nervous system. It's better for those acute or more intense anxiety dogs and dogs that are easily overstimulated. So we'll often recommend that people start with the Relax just to see if that's enough to hit the spot. But then if we need to, for more reactive dogs, we can add in the Stress Ease at a later date. Or if your dog's quite reactive, we'll just say from the outset, pop your dog on both products. And we do sell that as a bundle for a reduced price. So look for the Stress Reduction Care Pack on the website. And if you do use both products together, we, as a general guideline, recommend starting with the Stress Ease in the morning and the Relax at night. But I've had some really great feedback from dog trainers who have recommended giving both products twice daily with food for those dogs who are more reactive. So you could definitely give that approach to go. It's important to stick to the Relax dosing guidelines and always start with a much smaller amount than is recommended on the label, and then increase gradually over time. So for an average medium-sized dog, that might mean starting with just literally 2 to 3 drops for the first few days of the Relax, then increasing in increments of 1 to 2 drops every 2 to 3 days. So this helps to get them used to the smell and the taste, because it is quite fragrant. And some dogs, they're simply more sensitive to supplements and may respond well to a lower dose anyway, which is always a good thing. With the stress ease, like there's a lot more flexibility with the dosing, but again, always start with a much lower amount and build up. So medium-sized dog, that might mean starting with 5 drops for the first day or two and then increasing in increments of 5 drops, every day or two after that. The great thing about stress ease is that it can also be dosed multiple times throughout the day if you need to. So if you know there's going to be a stressful event, let's say Saturday night, there's going to be some fireworks, and assuming that you've already been giving the stress ease, you know that it agrees with your dog and you've just been giving it like every morning. Saturday night, there's going to be fireworks, so you might give the Friday morning like normal dose, you might give a second dose Friday night, then you might give a higher than normal dose Saturday morning, give another higher than normal dose Saturday lunchtime, and then even a third dose 1 or 2 hours before the fireworks on Saturday night. So again, lots of flexibility with how you use the stress ease. But I must say, as always, it is definitely a good idea to talk to your vet if your dog is on any medication or has a complex medical history, because herbs do tend to have like various drug interactions. And if your vet's not sure, because some just aren't when it comes to herbs, reach out to us at info@canineseuticals.com.au and we can definitely provide some guidance on any potential drug interactions. But let me know in the comments. Has your dog tried relax or stress ease? What did you notice? I would love to hear your experiences. And if you haven't tried them before, I do recommend that you check out the product reviews on the website. So that's canineseuticals.com.au. We also have a great quiz available on the website. So if you complete that for your stressful or anxious dog, you'll receive our guide on managing stress and anxiety in dogs. So that's just going to provide some more detailed information about how the products are working and their benefits. And I should add, liquid herbals, they're so much more potent than whole dried herbs that you might buy, because the active constituents, they've already been extracted, they're a lot more concentrated, so they're faster acting, they're more easily absorbed in the body, which makes them so amazing and so effective. But also for this reason, because of the potency, we never recommend just putting them directly into your dog's mouth. Always dilute them in food, which is what most people do, or some water. I don't recommend adding them to the water bowl. Your dog will not drink the water. But what some owners do, they'll get the dose of the stress ease or relax, they'll pop it in a little medicine cup, add 5 to 10 ml of water, grab a plastic syringe, syringe that up and give it to their dog that way. But as always, if you're unsure about anything that you've heard today, or if you have any questions about any of the products in the range, please reach out to us at info@canineseuticals.com.au. We are here to help you. So I hope you enjoyed this week's Thursday's Thought. I'll see you next week.